All you hip hoppers and collar poppers, beboppers and peacockers, DJs, rappers, backpackers and slacks jackers, computer hackers and carjackers, pimps, prostitutes, tutti fruits and tight suits. It's your boy Smacky Stallone, smack over the dirty worms, and you watching Magic Video.
You know what it is, baby. ATX, you know what time it is. I'm your favorite DJ, your boy DJ Pat Love, and you're watching Magic Video, you dig?
Kind of sad because they're getting ready to go back to school here in a couple of days. So I'm kind of sad because traffic's going to be bad again. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, man. Look, today we're going to continue our story from last week with my man Smackola of the Dirty Worms. You know, if you remember, he was talking to you all about Brandon, trying to share some free game with you guys. This week we're going to delve a little bit deeper into that and also talk a little bit more about his 20-year career, whether, you know, as a solo artist and also as a member and frontman of the Dirty Worms, which a lot of people know about the Dirty Worms. So hope y'all sit tight, man. Go tag a friend, tell somebody we're on the air. Like you said, man, you can stream us live, KSMagicVideo.com. Watch us on Apple TV, Roku. This week, unfortunately, I'm not live streaming on my page, but, you know, I'll do it again next week. I'm later in the show. So, not gonna hold you any longer, man, but like I said, Smackola's coming up here soon. So right now we're gonna jump into Queen Dila's video, which she premiered last week with a Fulu child called Locked and Loaded. So sit tight, we'll be back, man. Magic Video, it's going down.
In the realm of metaphysical, I'm present. This war is spiritual. Lock and loaded, but not with the pistol. I hit a nigga with the sage and a crystal. Is you indeed. I hit a nigga with the sage and a crystal. We fight just what we need. I hit a nigga with the sage and a crystal. Holds the recipe. I hit a nigga with the sage and a crystal. Free, just who you be. I hit a nigga with the sage and a crystal.
This gon' make them count they fucking blessings. This gon' make them recognize the lessons. Memorize the message in my sentence so your essence can connect within the questions and get you stepping on the right leg before you get left behind. Fast forward through playful times, don't press rewind, cause nobody's too far gone from saving. Same time, nobody's too far saved from saging. And arrogance can kill your whole fucking nation. So let go of your constructs and indoctrinations, cause some kids need to touch the stove just to know it's hot. So don't go saying your shit is cold when you know it's not. And don't assume from the cover that you know the plot. Grow your spot, open up the lock, blocking vocal shots of the truth. This for the youth that be holding Glocks and them old heads on the block trying to make it stop. This
in the realm of metaphysical, I'm present. This war is spiritual. Lock and loaded, but not with the pistol. I hit a nigga with the sage and a crystal. Is you indeed. I hit a nigga with the sage and the crystal. We fight just what we need. I hit a nigga with the sage and the crystal. Holds the recipe. I hit a nigga with the sage and the crystal. Free, be just who you be. I hit a nigga with the sage and the crystal. A loser's planet in your mind is where the war be. with the sage and the crystal.
A loser's planet in your mind is where the war be. Raise your bar from low to high is the big beast. Your present is the present, just to say the least. You will never learn to fly if you never leap. Never leave. It's misery and memories transform your story. Staying strapped with the tourmaline is mandatory. Divine intervention, my intention and category. Move without restriction, spirit rising to new territories. Tapped in, ain't no move, I'm trapped in. I always have a trust, close my eyes and imagine. I make it happen, go after my passion. Feeling the magic, and doing the damage of ill thoughts, making everybody sick. Pumping blood gold, so everybody rich. I'm rich, rich in this bitch.
In the realm of metaphysical, I'm present. This war is spiritual. Lock and loaded, but not with the pistol. I hit a nigga with the sage and the crystal.
Is you indeed.
I hit a nigga with the sage and the crystal.
But we find just what we need.
In the crystal?
In the melody holds the recipe. Feel free and be just who you be.
Meet yourself so you can be yourself. Cause once you see yourself, then you believe yourself. You a queen yourself, you a king yourself. And you don't need no help for you to be yourself.
What's up with it, y'all? It's your girl, Queen Dealer, and you're watching Magic Videos.
To all those serving in the Army, and the Marines, and the Air Force, and the Navy, that you have the absolute right to refuse to take part in these criminal wars, and that's a right that all of you should exercise. You have no reason to go put your life on the line and kill and die for profit. We've been to Iraq. We've been to Afghanistan. And we know what these wars are really about. And we joined the military for many reasons. Because we need a college education. Because we need a job. Because we need health care. And then we joined the military. And they tell us that our enemies are poor people in caves in Afghanistan.
See, what they did was turn life into a contract. Right into these contracts. Worth your whole life misled, trying to figure it out. Peep the vision through your contacts. They make you think you were born in sin, when truth is you were born in skin. And the revolution transcends from black and white, now full color. Peep the contrast. Your whole life's worth money, but they will hand you guns, watch you empty them out through any amount. Pay what you crave, put the money in the grave, watch you digging it out. The bigger amount. Always got blood on its hands, blood in the sand that they gotta count. Men, women, children, we're all being killed. Now they're after all those who ain't got an account. Man, I know that there's gotta be a better way. Till then, I smoke and take a hit to take the pain away. God, please tell me, why do people think life's made this way? We're living a lie, open your eyes. Tables and die, and we all fade away. Nah, farewell. 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 Truth be told, 9 to 5 I couldn't withstand. Fuck it, I quit, man, I had a disband. Gotta live for myself in the driver's seat, pick my weight up like a kickstand. As a youngin' I was this man, a rubber band for a wristband. I had a girl who was more like my best friend, but alcohol turned us distant. Man, look at how we living. They lying and they got us all paying these fees. Say what you mean, cause on the day death has arrived, regret will stay in your dreams. Plague and disease, two of their best weapons. Next to war as they gain enemies. Pain will increase if we don't wake up. Can't expect to move forward when you beg on your knees. Man, I know that there's gotta be a better way. Till then, I smoke and take a hit to take the pain away. God, please tell me, why do people think life's made this way? live in the lie. Open your eyes, tables and die, then we all fade away. Nah, farewell. 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 Farewell.
A lot of people ask me, what do we do? Because we all know things are bad. We all see the atrocities on TV. We read about it. We experience it. People always ask, what do I do? We always want to know what to do. Do we vote? Do we support a politician? Do we join an organization? What do we do? Well, I'll tell you what we do. It's simple. We fight. We fight and we fight and we fight and we shut down our workplaces. We shut down our schools. We shut down the streets. We shut down business as usual. And we fight until we force the people in there to do what the people out here want. Because that's how we're going to do it. And we're going to fight until there's not one more bomb drop, not one more bullet fired, not one more soldier coming home in a wheelchair, not one more family slaughtered, not one more day of U.S. imperialism. So let's fight to make that happen. We can do it today, and then in days ahead, we have to fight to end these wars and create a better world, sisters and brothers. So join us in that fight. Fight, 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 fight.
I can only watch for so long before I get uncomfortable. The centerfold, I gotta be. Pay attention, see, I'm terribly offended. They commended mediocrity. Are we honestly praising this commodity? You call yourself an artist. Stop, don't get me started. Stop, don't get me started. Not much of a drinker, cause shit keeps spilling out. And I can hold my liquor, but I can't hold my mouth. I can't hold my tongue, it lashes when it wants. I'll blame it on the ambiance. Blame it on the excess, clouding up my lenses. Finishing my sentence. My favorite kind of vengeance is getting paid. Look back at rejection and what it made. I'ma shine on the mama, I'ma shine on the mama. Sneaker from behind, skip the whole line on them. I'ma shine on the mama, I'ma shine on the mama. Do it like I'm trying, flex in due time on them. I'ma shine on them, I'ma shine on them. I'm a sneaker from behind, skip the whole line on them. I might just pull a new vibe on them. Fuck a wave, I might pull a new tide on them. Making shit that's honest ain't a product for a profit. Yeah, my mind ain't on my wallet. You won't hear it less I wrote it. It's whack, then I'll dispose it. The standard I'll be setting is the standard I'm upholding. No silver spoon, shit just made me golden. I see your cards and I ain't folding. I got $1 million in the molding, cause art takes time. And money is supply, peace of mind. I'ma shine on the mama, I'ma shine on the mama. Sneaker from behind, skip the whole line on them. I'ma shine on the mama, I'ma shine on the mama. Do it like I'm trying, flex in due time on them. I'ma shine on them, I'ma shine on them. I'm a sneaker from behind, skip the whole line on them. I might just pull a new vibe on them. Fuck a wave, I might pull a new tide on them. I'ma pull a new tide on them. I'ma pull a new vibe on them. I'ma pull a new tide on them. Fuck a wave, I might pull a new tide on them. I ain't in it for the money, I'll get it when it's ready. Take it back to my place for conversation, Henny. For now I'm shooting campaigns in LA with some baddies. Yeah, with some baddies. Win the lotto, be a model. Both funny concepts. Made my way in for some bread, yeah, a finesse. Now I'm taking photos for some studio time. Couldn't make it by when I worked the 9 to 5 in Soho. With my eyes low, closing shifts got me looking local. iPhone with the glass broke, and my money barely seemed to get me back home. Yeah, we gonna move to Jersey for your senior year. Turn off the TV cause the landlord here. You still got to take the train though. Go to school in Queens and get an education so you could live in Queens. Cause I ain't got the means, your mama getting tired. And when they ask what I do, I honestly wanna lie. Rank getting too high, don't end up where I am. Promise me that you'll try. I know you wanna sing, you can do that on the side. It ain't about the money, it's more about the pride. But I hope I make you proud still, mama. Hope I hold a Grammy up like a diploma. And when I do go to school, have my bread up. We've been in debt enough, we've been stressed enough, been in debt enough, fuck. I'ma shine on the mama, I'ma shine on the mama. Sneaker from behind, skip the whole line on them. I'ma shine on the mama, I'ma shine on the mama. Do it like I'm trying, flex in due time on them. I'ma shine on them, I'ma shine on them. I'ma sneaker from behind, skip the whole line on them. I might just pull a new vibe on them. Fuck a wave, I might pull a new tide on them.
Hey, welcome back, and I am your host once again, Jarrod Dixon with your entertainment news. Let's see what we have this week. All right, starting on Tuesday, Biz Aid Business Orientation is going to be happening over at the Twin Oaks Library. That, of course, is a free event. It's going on from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. Once again, that's Tuesday, August the 13th. Later today, actually, over the Cheesy Bistro, they're having the Keep It Real Jazz Youth Concert starting at 3:30 till 5 p.m. over at, like I said, once again, Cheesy Bistro. On Wednesday, of course, I want to make sure I talk about the Butter and Jam session. Make sure, like I said, if you're a local musician looking to vibe out, hang out, get to know the Austin music scene with a couple of musicians, you know, just network, come out to the Butter and Jam sessions over at the Dozen Street over on 12th and Chicon. This week at 11, it's going to be featuring an artist by the name of Deuce. Pretty dope guy. I've seen him perform a few times, so definitely want to go check out his show. Once again, that's Wednesday over at Dozen Street over on 12th and Chicon. Then every Thursday, there's the Grown Folks Thursday, you know, for everybody who likes a little bit of throwback music from the 90s, maybe even a little bit from the 80s. Check that out over at the Rolling Rooster, located over there on Wells Branch and Mopac, and that starts at 8 p.m. every Thursday. Then coming up on August the 30th, I want to make sure I throw this out there for a lot of these aspiring actors and actresses out here. There will be the Black Film Festival starting on Friday, August 30th over at the Austin Convention Center. That's the Capital City Black Film Festival. So make sure you guys check it out. Go look it up, man. You know, it's a good thing. If you're aspiring to be an actor or actress, you want to know what it takes, or you maybe just want to meet some people, check out some cool independent films, things like that, man. Like I said, it's called the Capital City Black Film Festival starting on Friday, August the 30th. So right now, looks like that's all I do have. But like I said, I always tell you guys, man, go check out soulcity.com as well as theaustinsocialite.com for a lot of events that's going on and happening around here in the city. We'll go ahead and jump back into our videos. We're going to let King Savage featuring GM Snooze and Miss J kick us off. And sit tight, man. We'll be back with Smackola real quick.
Hold on, little tip. Hold on, little tip. Hold on, little tip. Hold on, little tip. Bossy little bitch call her tip. Jugging and trapping so she can pay rent. She keep it fine like a bip. You niggas some lame, she don't fuck with you simp. Niggas shoot shots and they miss. She rockin' that go Korea mode on piss. She talking finesse at your shit. Bossy little bitch, I call her tip.
I'm fucking with Tiff from the trap. You gotta do more than Tiff, you want hit from the back. Tiff isn't fucking with niggas, she's fucking with cash. Tiff likes old white men, put ones in her ass. Yeah, Tiff knows niggas are weak. A dog gon' sit if you give him a treat. Tiff knows if she get a nigga to ski, that nigga gon' do whatever she needs. Yeah, I'm fucking with Tiff in the trap. Yeah, that bitch if you need you some gas. Ha, prepare to be taxed. Yeah, I hop on the beat, that hoe getting waxed. I stay with my slimes, and we never lack. Studio time with Tiff, and we smoking pack. I'm fucking with Tiff from the trap.
Bossy little bitch call her tip. Jugging and trapping so she can pay rent. She keep it fine like a bip. You niggas some lame, she don't fuck with you simp. Niggas shoot shots and they miss. She rockin' that go Korea mode on piss. She talking finesse at your shit. Bossy little bitch, I call her Tip.
Hey, he called me Lil Tiffany. Ain't my real name. Nah, all these boys so silly. I'm just trying to count my change. Every day I'm looking pretty. Trapping hard, just running my city. He said he tryna shop with me. Told him hit my line, it's litty. He wanna have breakfast at Tiffany's. He bought me a necklace from Tiffany's. You saying that I love you, Tiffany? I told him to stop talking instantly. I ain't got time. Ain't talking paper, your call get declined. I got to get mine. That's why I stay on my grind.
Bossy little bitch call her Tip. Jugging and trapping so she can pay rent. She keep it fine like a blimp. You niggas some lame, she don't fuck with you simp. Niggas shoot shots and they miss. She rockin' that go courier mode on piss. She talking finesse at your shit. Bossy little bitch, I call her Tip. One night I went out and met this girl Tiffany. I can just tell she was different instantly. I spent my life in what interests me. I told her it's not what these bitches think. She told me life and what she was envisioning. Back in that day when she was just a little thing and she ain't living her bigger dreams. I told her that she could come dream with me. Tiffany woke up and had an epiphany. She said it's time to get glistening. She caught the wave and then turned to a fisherman. Fishing for a man with the privilege. Fishing for a man with the bag and the dividends. Jugging finesse in the middle, man. Playing them boys like a fielder, man. Getting them gone. Now Tiffany money so long. If Tiffany can do it, then you can do it too. Where Tracy is, come get it with the crew. Get cabbage with the bad bitch who live lavish with the savage true. Big cabin, never had it who. Roll static, get the clapping, boom. Real nasty, close classic, ooh. Make cash flip like magic, bossy little bitch call her Tip. Jugging and trapping so she can pay rent. She keep it fine like a blimp. You niggas some lame, she don't fuck with you simp. Niggas shoot shots and they miss. She rockin' that go courier mode on piss. She talking finesse at your shit. Bossy little bitch, I call her Tip.
Yeah. Yeah. Double cup, pull me up, show me love, or show me up. Yeah. Double cup, pull me up, show me love, or show me up. Double cup, pull me up, show me love, or show me up. Double cup, pull me up, show me love, or show me up. Double stuff, roll tight, got the lean with the Fanta. Chopper turn the gangster to a dancer. Take your team hostage, no ransom. Dogs hating on me cause I'm handsome. Throw a quick dab, dip off in the Lancer. Mitts ambitious, you never had look, I'm vicious with a vision. Why you sad? If you would've fixed, you would've been good lad. I'm just floating, counting, bumping currency. 22, glad no one murdered me. Lost amigos to this foolery. While my amigos don't take clues from me. Peace like blue to sea, slice like who you see. We got different views, I feel the ocean breeze. She's a token, homies going loco. Dropping Zans like a cheat code. Chico brought Pico, now we lit. These haters ain't nasty, they poppin' like zits. Always on missions, the gold I do get. I want the cash and it all I'm gon' spend. Then make it back, then gon' do it again. Lean on my team and they leaning on me. Let out the beast, they won't never defeat. Leave you in pieces, look good on the street. Capiche? Double cup, pull me up, show me love, or show me up. Double cup, pull me up, show me love, or show me up. Double cup, pull me up, show me love, or show me up. Double cup, pull me up, show me love, or show me up. Blunts double stuff like an Oreo, ballin' like I'm Horrido for the glory hole. I giving gold ain't. Been really trying to get it, I ain't got no time to waste. In the trap, making plays, applying pressure to the face. Hit the glory blunt, then I'm trapping out in space. In my own zone, you can never take me out my lane. Get it back double, all in, no huddle. Watch it all grow from my purple herb shuttles. So lit, geeked up, feeling like Urkel. It irks me when them swishers don't stick. Tree ain't lit, I ain't trying to waste my ish. Got a lot of goals, really trying to get rich. Oh, you probably snitch, I should really hit a lick. Have my homies hit a blitz, me go savage for the chips. Out in Zanistan, trying to be the man. Double cups, droppers, double Zans. Never weak like a king I am. Flexing hard, but they never try. Got a group of angels watching from outside. For the love, not them dollar signs. Grinding hard, I say you should try. Flex too hard, end up in the sky. Double cup, pull me up. Show me love, or show me up. Double cup, pull me up. Show me love, or show me up. Double cup, pull me up. Show me love, or show me up. Double cup, pull me up. Show me love, or show me up.
Let's go, let's get it, let's go. What's up with it, Kirby V? Yeah, huh. Straight flowing, steady going. Flowing off the mind, going straight through time. Me, my people's right. Games always hype, moving fast. I just need a light. I just need a light. Flowing off the mind, going straight through time. Me, my people's right. Games always hype, moving fast. I just need a light. I just need a light.
Off the blunt and just hit the gas. I can't see time, just moving fast. Call the OGs for repair. So much pressure, don't think you can last. Please, partner, your girl got so many miles. We call it track. The world's crazy, so I move and dash. These hoes slow, the haters can't last. I blow my smoke and move right past. Hit the post and bring it back. Please don't even think you could last. I'm a player from the south with it. That TFP, yeah, boy, yeah, we going with it. Boogie up to the sky, blowing out, know it's the guy. I never stop it, move with time. How I do it, you can't ask me why. Can't even get on my page. Ain't no reason, boy, yeah, I'm laying in the shade.
Flowing off the mind, going straight through time. Me, my people's right. Games always hype, moving fast. I just need a light. I just need a light. Flowing off the mind, going straight through time. Me, my people's right. Games always hype, moving fast. I just need a light. I just need a light. Retro shit, Jordan 8s, shooting dice, scrape the plate, TFP, retro shit, Kirby V, we in this bitch. What's up, Spiff? Straight dripping off the head, straight clippers, lyrics flowing through the Nile River, real bars like Master Splinter. We're connected in the ATX, north side, gotta give it respect. Trying to get the milk off the flow. Niggas talk shit, hit the flow. Dirty boys, they said the shit. 635, we in this bitch. Retro, power moves. Retro, straight power moves. Blowing off the mind, going straight through time. Me, my people's right. Games always hype, moving fast. I just need a light. I just need a light. Flowing off the mind, going straight through time. Me, my people's right. Games always hype, moving fast. I just need a light. I just need a light. Ayy.
Hey, welcome back, welcome back. We are joined with my guy, Smackola of Dirty Worms, man. Welcome back, my brother. Thank you for coming back, man.
You know I had to come back again, finish part 2.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Now, for those that did join us last week and some that didn't, we spent a little bit of time talking about branding and the importance of building the brand and taking time to develop it, you know what I mean? Don't be in a rush to it. So, before we get into, like, anything new, is anything else you want to, shed light on and talk about branding? Anything you think we might have missed?
I can't remember where we left off last time about the branding.
Well, we started talking about your water, I know, and how it's just like everything is catapulted, like from just a hat, t-shirt idea to just you've grown it to like a store, basically, man.
Well, I would say even like last night, Hustle Man came through. Shout out to him. He came through the show last night in Houston, and he was asking me like, how can I just do 10 items? And I was like, well, the truth is, man, you're gonna have to start with one. Wow. When you're looking at our stuff, you're looking at 20 years of putting stuff together, trial and error. And a lot of times where I see people go wrong with merchandising is they'll like make a shirt or something or an item, right? And then you're expecting it to just sell like like right away. Yeah. Like when I'm talking to my team, even with these new glasses we got, I've already told them, I'm like, I don't really project these to start really selling hard until October. So you have to already kind of know, like, there's gonna be so much promotion involved, and then when it catches on, then it starts selling.
Correct.
So even like some of our jewelry and stuff, that took years after we even made it.
Yeah.
So I've had people come in, some of my, some people I would be cool with, they would have tried to invest in what we were doing.
Yeah.
But they're looking at it like, oh, I'm gonna turn around and make this quick lick. I'm like, nah, man, like you might sit on this for a couple years. Like this is
an investment.
Then once it builds to that point, then it'll start, moving. But can you stay composed and stay committed to that? Because if you don't, then what are you doing? You know what I mean?
See, it's like what you just said, man, an investment. Because if you like, a lot of people, we dabble outside of like financial stuff, saving. It's that, man, I'm gonna buy a stock. I'm not gonna make $1 million or $200,000 off of this thing tomorrow night. Now, it is a rare occasion where that has happened, but once again, that's a rarity. You know what I mean? But most of the time, it's gonna be a 5 to 10 year waiting process. You're gonna wait and let your portfolio grow.
Well, depending on what you're doing now. If you're waiting on 5-10 years to sell a T-shirt, I don't know. You might, but you know what I'm saying. But some items, to build it, you're just gonna. It's gonna take a lot. And like I've said before, I just consider myself being committed. People will be like, "Oh, Smack's the marketing genius." I'm not the marketing genius. I just stayed committed to what I'm doing, and I'm good at it.
Yeah.
But that took time. That didn't just happen. You know what I mean?
Now, speaking of all this, commitment and everything, I want to touch on the whole Smackola. Like, how did you settle on that name? Because I read your bio, you kind of went through a couple things.
Was the real story in there? The real story wasn't in there because that was probably written when my mom was still alive. So
you didn't put probably all the middle school names and everything you came up with. So how did that grow, man?
Well, Smackola. Well, I had, of course, other rap names way before then.
Yeah.
My first hip hop name ever was given to me by my mom. I had to be probably about 2 years old, dancing to James Brown. Didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
And had a diaper on, and she labeled me. She called me Doo Doo Butt.
Oh man. Oh man, come on.
That was my first name.
Yeah.
I used to hate that name, but now I like it now. But because every time she changed my diaper, I was right back, and she was like, "Doo Doo Butt, what are you doing?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After that, then of course down the road, I was a b-boy, so then Spider T. Because my whole movement was like a spider. I don't know, something about spiders. I don't know.
I feel you.
Then after that, I had Hitman Ice, which was another whack name. But it was actually a cool name for the time.
Yeah.
What was going on. Shout out to my man J Love. That was the first group I was in, Gangsta 2 Productions.
Okay.
And then after that, I was in a group called Uncontrollable. No, what was it called? Dang, I can't remember. Uncontrollable something, substance or something like that.
Wow.
And that lasted like a week.
Okay.
And then after that, I was with some guys, Underrated.
Okay.
Then after that, it was the Major Players, and that's when it really started taking off. And Diz Money, shout out to Diz Money. He's like a Chris Avery. Some of y'all know him as Chris Avery. He's like a super producer, and that was really my first teacher in the studio was him. Like sitting around watching him do everything, DJing and putting the beats together. So then I was just going by Smack, and let's just say I talk a lot of smack. There's another story, but I just leave that story for when people meet me.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with drugs or nothing like that. It's a real funny story, but so yeah. And then a friend of mine said, "No, that's not Smack. That's Smackola. You're like all these styles and all these different people in one person." So that's kind of how that came, and it just stuck. At the time, it was just totally original. Before all the other Olas and all this other stuff came along, I was already doing that. You know what I mean? So.
And the fact you still kind of lived up to that talking smack reputation.
Everybody know I talk smack.
Yeah.
I talk it good too.
You know what I'm saying? And he's not lying, man. But I think that goes along with it, man. For 20 years in the game, you've done a lot now. I mean, how many solo projects have you put out at this point?
I haven't even kept count really.
Nah, that's a shame, man.
I'm always, because I'm just kind of working on them and putting them out. You kind of caught me off guard with that. I wish I really had it written down where I could answer that. Most shows would have did that. They would have let me know, like, yeah, we're gonna ask you how many projects you got, so I can
See, I figured you kept up,
It's
man.
a lot.
You know,
it's a
like
lot.
Just, okay, I'm gonna spit this one, I'm gonna spit this one. But
Yeah.
you sound like a couple other cats I know. It's just like, man, I could be working one night. All right, it's good. I'm gonna put this out. All right, I'm gonna put this out.
And I had to get to that point too.
Yeah.
I see a lot of artists do that too. Like they'll overthink the music so much, overthink their move so much. That it's like, drop it like hot pancakes, man. Just, hey, is it ready? Yeah, it doesn't quite got the shape. Okay, but this is how good you are right now.
Yeah.
Now, 6 months from now, a year from now, you're going to be better than this. But right now, this is you. Look at you. This is you right here. Go ahead and drop it.
Thing to accept,
Go ahead and
man.
drop it. So you got to look at it, and then now you're going to outdo that. So that's what I've always tried to do. I try to outdo the last thing I did.
Yeah.
I always try to, now if I made a certain style like this, okay, next time I'm going to do something else. Because I'm not just going to stay one. You caught me in this moment.
Yeah.
This was that moment, you know.
See, and I like that. It goes back kind of like we were discussing about your music. It's emulating your life. It's a period or a moment of time. So you try to make sure whatever you're going through in the best way sometimes you can express it through the music.
Right.
And that's dope. That makes sense though, man. Like at this moment, I was feeling real thugged out, and that's how my style is coming across.
That's what it is. And you just do it and you keep it moving.
See.
And it might be a good one. It might not be as good as something else, but something about it got to be good. Like a lot of people just concentrate on, is my bars tight? You know what I mean? What about your production?
Yeah.
You know, and I think overall that's where we kind of have had that success, or helping success, because it ain't one thing that makes everything successful. It's a bunch of little things. You know what I mean? I try to make sure, like, I know when people hear my production, the first thing I think of is I watch them, because I know when they hear it come through the speaker, I know they're like, oh, this is on another level, just by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Then you're getting into the lyrics. Now you're getting into the imagery. Now you're getting into, so I've tried to master all those things. I didn't try to just be good at one.
Yeah.
I wanted to master them all. Like, you know, I want to be able to have it where when you look at the album cover, it's like, it's an album cover. That ain't just something he just did.
Yeah.
That was thought put behind that. That was, you know, he actually did that, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
Not just the typical, I'm at the train tracks, I'm sitting on the car with the rims, you know what I mean? It's like, okay,
yeah, or the typical money pose, or I'm doing this, I'm smoking this weed or something on the cover.
Yeah.
Be creative, man.
Yeah,
Think outside
exactly,
the box.
Exactly.
And I think it's good, man. It goes a long way to me and what I've seen from you, man, in the music over the years with the Dirty Worms, that it tends to truly express, like I said, who y'all are, man. You know, the covers and everything. Is like you said, this is us. We're not trying to fit in. We don't want to fit. We just want to be us and do
we're just
music, man.
just doing what we do, you know, and what we enjoy doing.
So now, let's talk about the Dirty Worms real quick. I think I have a little bit more time before we get into that. Let's kind of briefly touch on the Dirty Worms, man. Like, how did that whole concept even happen, man?
Man, many moons ago. And actually, again, it was a concept before it became this thing. Because I'm a visionary, so that's how I put everything together. My son passed away in '96. He died from SIDS. His name was Darian. And so I would always call him my little dirty worm. Well, my little dirty worm, man, my little dirty worm. So when he passed, I kind of internalized that. I took it on. I was like, okay, you know. Then at the same time, me and Crash, this is when I got signed to Roy Jones. And so I was already like, I didn't like how people were going, oh, that's Crash, or that's Smack and it's DJ. So again, being the visionary, I was like, no, we're the Dirty Worms. So we were already Dirty Worms on my first solo album before it even came out. We were already the Dirty Worms.
So it was like the clique at first, like the Dirty Worms.
Yeah, it was me and Crash. Me and Crash were the Dirty Worms. And then I also, so it meant like Dirty Worms, Underground, Dirty South. Mixed with, of course, in honor of my son that passed, Darian.
Yeah.
So Dirty Worms. So that's how I created that whole thing.
Nice, and I like how you stayed true to that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and so that's why I go so hard for it, because it feels like this is my promise to him. You know, 'cause when he died, I wasn't the father of the year or nothing like that. I mean, he was only 6 months old, you know what I mean? But it was kind of like I was so busy wrapped up in trying to do music, and you know, before he gets too, you know, older, I'm like, man, I gotta do this. So I'm going to all the producers, like, man, we gotta get this done. And we in the studio, we got the strippers showing up, we just always end up partying or smoking or doing something. And really, truly in my heart, this is what I'm really trying to do, but I'm going along with a group of people. And so time just kept going, and one day I just got that phone call, you know, and it was just, I thought I had time, like I didn't expect nothing like that.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I kind of internalized all that, and I said, okay, now I got to do this music for real. Like I can't have no excuse.
Yeah.
I can't play around. You know what I mean? I can't let nothing compromise it. I just got to go for this all the way out. I don't care. Like I'll risk the light bill. I'll risk the car note. I'll risk it all.
Yeah.
And I've done all those things, and it always still worked out for me. I might have had little bumps in the road here and there, but I've still been consistent.
Yeah, and that's just part of the game, though. You know, the bumps are the growing pains, and they teach you and things you need, because what better teacher than experience,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
So then creating that, me and Crash, Dirty Worm, so then we're around body head offices, everybody's calling, oh, here come the Dirty Worm. So it became like almost like a weird, I don't know even what to call that, but they would talk about us like that, because everybody just liked the name. It was the name by itself. We didn't even have a logo or nothing yet. Everybody's like, oh, the Dirty Worms, and every time something would happen, they were, man, that's that Dirty Worm, man. Yeah. Every time a beat was made or whatever, we were like, oh, that's that grease, boy, that's that Dirty Worm. Nice. So Dirty Worms actually started off as me and Crash as a rapper and DJ duo.
Kind of like Fresh Prince, Bel-Air.
Exactly, because we're from that hip hop, you know what I mean?
Nice.
And so, but we both liked Run DMC. We both liked that guitar sound. I'm a b-boy at heart, so I'll be on stage popping and doing stuff. So I would take the guitars, and what I would do is have the guitars basically emulate electro funk.
Nice.
So that I could still be in that zone. That's why when people hear it, they're like, yeah, this is rock music, but it kind of got like a
funk.
There's something to it. They can't. Yeah, it kind of got some funk to it or something. They can't really name it. It's electro funk, because I know y'all like to bite what I do. So there it is. Go ahead and do it. I've been doing it 20 years. You know nice. So we created that, and then we created even more past that. I looked at it more as like, Dirty Worms is not just me and Crash. Then it became a band. Then it became a crew.
Yeah.
So anybody you see rolling with us, that's the Dirty Worms. It's not, but when we hit the stage, it would be us representing Dirty Worms. Yeah. So then when we created the band, shout out to AJ Vallejo and the Vallejo boys out here in Austin, some rock legends out here too, helped us formulate it and pull the people together to create it so that we could have a live band and do it live. You know what I mean?
And that was
like a hip hop opera. That's what we were thinking, like a hip hop rock opera. That's what we were thinking. Way before the whole MTV hip hopera came along, we were already talking about that.
Yeah.
And so we kind of did that, and then I just kept adding to it. I was like, oh man, this is like X-Men. I'm like characters. So that's why you'd always see Ricky the Ratchet, you see Sweetie Cyanide, you see Sandman, you see these different characters, and be like, yeah, but the Dirty Worms is really these guys. Yeah, but there's these extended members and these extended characters also. Yeah. And so whenever you see us all together, it's just real beautiful, man. It's, to me, because it's like, wow, this is all created just from
that simple thought of you and Crash. Really, even before that, but
way before that. See, that's how I look at it. I look at it like this is an ode to my son. This is like, wow, like look, this is what we created to.
For you, man.
So even now, taking it from just being a band to a brand.
See, that's dope, man. Like, we're gonna delve a little bit deeper, man, into all this, man. I like the backstory on the Dirty Worms, man. That's real dope.
Thank you.
So we're gonna jump into your video. Welcome to the Murder Show. Now, it's a pretty interesting video. We'll talk about it a little bit. I want y'all to see it first before, we
shout out to my little pig, Miss Beasley. She in the video.
Before we find out what was going through his mind with it. So y'all sit tight, man. We still sitting here talking to Smackola, man. We'll be back. Magic Video. Yeah.
Sipping on some lemonade, chilling on my big wheel. Thinking to myself, one day I'ma be a big deal. They always thought I was crazy until I came up, now it's fuck you, pay me. Before I got signed and the radio played me, they said, it's Leah's son, you know Miss Nail Grand, baby. Boy got bars, show got hard, he was born to be a rock star. He took it far, and I remember his start before the R-double-J-R. Catch him at a show, oh, he be stunting hard. Always on the scene, always seen with the best bras. Spit 16 clean like he did the sauce. They can't fuck with him cause they know he spit it twice hard. But is it all worth it? I'd rather do it on my own than to deal with these clowns in this fake ass rap circus. True independent, fuck that fake love and hidden agendas. Rated my vision and stayed independent. I made a decision to control my own and keep it money. Rap game, which is better get you some money, better build your business, create your business, start building them bridges. Cause to being independent, boy, you gotta have a mission. Boy, rap game, which is better get you some money, better build your business, create your business, start building them bridges. Cause to being independent, boy, you gotta have a mission. Boy, rap game, which is better get you some money, better.
I wonder when I'm gone, what will they ever say about me? Life will carry on, but will they ever think about me? As time moves on, I lost everyone who loved me. This life is like a dream, but the dream's a memory. I wonder when I'm gone, what will they ever say about me? Life will carry on, but will they ever think about me? As time moves on, I lost everyone who loved me. This life is like a dream, but the dream's a memory.
Time's passing on, old memories fade away. No one's promised tomorrow, but we seen better days. I'm in a better place, is what they'll probably say. I can't believe he's gone, I seen him just the other day. In heaven now, I guess he's finally free. Turn this up loud and bang it at my eulogy. Share a few laughs, maybe a few cries. Think about the good times and say your last goodbyes. I guess the morning came before my sunrise. Another star in my honor in the night sky. Reminisce on the moments of stories untold. Let the candles burn till they don't dance no more. Tears drop like rain in the distant meadow. Overflow with emotion like a soft echo. Time to let me go and start the soul preservation. Don't be sad, this is life's greatest celebration.
I wonder when I'm gone, what will they ever say about me? Life will carry on, but will they ever think about me? As time moves on, I lost everyone who loved me. This life is like a dream, but the dream's a memory. I wonder when I'm gone, what will they ever say about me? Life will carry on, but will they ever think about me? As time moves on, I lost everyone who loved me. This life is like a dream, but the dream's a memory.
Calm as the day is free, only thoughts whisper, emotions frozen like a cold winter. Faces blending in, family and friends, essence is time itself, so tie them loose ends. Let the feeling feelings flow and hold no grudges. If you was dear to my heart, just know I truly loved you. I hope you feel the same. Endured so much pain after my mama passed. I slowly slipped away. If I could've stayed for a little longer, I would've showed you all it was a true honor. My only inspiration was to make you proud. Hearts turn upside down. I know it hurts to smile, but here and now, time's moving on. Souls can't live that long when the love is gone. We all born to live, and we live to die. The dream's a memory, and in your heart I'm still alive.
I wonder when I'm gone, what will they ever say about me? Life will carry on, but will they ever think about me? As time moves on, I lost everyone who loved me. This life is like a dream, but the dream's a memory.
Welcome back. Now, we're having an interesting side discussion, too, you know, as we're talking about Smackola's time over there on Roy Jones's label. So, just kind of delve into that. Like I said, we were talking about this whole Dirty Worms, and you mentioned that as we were talking about it. How did that even happen, man? You know, how
Roy Jones deal?
Yeah, how did that even happen to you?
Well, I was in Fort Hood. I'd already got honorable discharge out of the Army. Came to Austin. I just liked the Austin, you know what I mean? So I was coming here. Shout out to Stan, too. He put me on my first tour with 2 Live Crew.
Nice.
And I went on that. I lost a girlfriend behind that, but that was going to happen. She was like, I can't believe you finna go do that. I was like, I'm finna go do this. But that was just because of music, right?
Yeah.
So I did that, and then that kind of got my name going here in Austin.
Okay.
Because people knew me for doing shows. That's what I was known for.
Now, what were you known as at the time? Was that the Smackola?
I was still known, yeah, I was known as Smackola, yeah. And so after that, I started recording, and I compiled, I don't even know how many songs it was, over 20-something songs.
Oh, wow.
And then a friend of mine that was in Shattered Stone video, Karen Sarabian, as I told you, that girl that's in that video, she passed away, but she's the one that got me signed basically to Roy Jones, because she gave him, or she was playing him, my music. And I think I told you this last week, and he heard it, and then he called her back like, hey, who's that Smackola dude? I'm in the store trying to find it. She's like, no, it's not in the store. He was like, well, tell him I'm starting a label, da-da-da. And that's how all that kind of happened.
Wow, okay.
And it just kind of, and once he latched onto it, it happened real fast.
See, and I remember that. Everybody remembers the body headbangers.
Yeah, and then he came to the city, you know what I mean? Nice. And it was funny, too, because I remember us being down there at Audio Arts. And at first, this is really pre-internet, right? Yeah. And I just remember people are going, he lying, man, da-da-da, you know. So hating in Austin has been going on a long time. Ooh. Yeah, let's just say that. It's been going on a long time. Or people, or what I like to call it, people like to ignore what they actually seeing.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, all this was going on, like, people thought it was like a fluke, or it was like it was being made up or something.
Like a stunt.
And people would call me like, are you really signing Roy? I'm like, yeah. Well, how come he ain't doing this? I'm like, it just happened like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm like, he's coming to the city. Oh, he coming to the city? Yeah, he coming to the city. So he was coming for South by Southwest, because when he signed me, he's like, but the first thing I got to see, I got to come see your show, because I've seen videos, and I keep hearing people talk about it. So he came to my showcase at South by Southwest.
Nice.
And I remember we were down at Audio Arts on Congress, and man, I know the internet is powerful, but word of mouth was way more powerful back then.
Oh, heck yeah.
And every rapper in the city was down there trying to get a deal. We walked out the studio door, and every rapper's out there, hey, Roy, man, can I get on Body Head too? And I'm like, wow. I'm like, I just got on 2 weeks ago.
And they want to get on, you know.
Yeah, y'all didn't even celebrate me. Those cats that don't even really mess with me or nothing. It was just fun. It was funny, man. It was just like, but I was seeing the ends of the industry already. So that's why it was funny to me. I understood that they were hungry and they just trying to get on. But I saw it as something else. I just saw it like, wow, dude.
Like you didn't have the hustle
where's
to be
the
able
support?
to put it down.
Where's the support just saying, man, he got on, all right. We got to sit back and let him do some work. Let him try to get on, you know what I mean? So all that kind of happened. And but it was still interesting because, again, I just seen how people, I started learning more about people then and how things really are and how people think and how perception is, you know what I mean? And being around Roy for that era was the best school you could ever go to because I'm seeing it on a level that's like, I'm just like the fly on the wall.
Like he's already quote unquote a superstar, and
well he was already coming up, and then it wasn't until like that year or later that year where he became that big star, and I was right there when it happened. I still remember we were in Tampa, Florida, and he was down there for a meeting. We were coming out the hotel, and that's the first time I remember even hearing of TMZ or any of that, and it was just flashing, and we were like, what's going on? And everywhere we went was very like calculated, and it was like, wow, I'm seeing it change, but even more importantly, I'm watching him go through it. Yeah. Because I'm just still some young artist coming up. He's the actual star. He's the person, and I learned a lot watching that. I got to sit in on a lot of dinners. We had dinner with Whitney Houston, Michael Jordan, a bunch of people. I was connected to so many people through him. It was just crazy. It was just really interesting to watch on the celebrity level and on the behind the scenes boxing level. So that's why when I'm watching boxing with certain people, they'll be trying to tell me stuff, and I just feel like I'm a little more like, I'll be like, nah, man, you don't really understand the politics of what's actually going on here.
You don't know.
They're like, oh, you don't know, man. They can't do that. I'm like, they can't do that. Black folks, stop saying they can't do that when people do stuff in front of your face.
Yeah, when you seeing it happening right there, it be happening right in front of your eyes. You're like, man, they can't do that. But
I'm like, what? I'm like, man. So, but that whole experience was man, I loved it, man, because that was a school that you can't pay to go to.
Yeah, you got a full.
And I'm watching him make mistakes. I'm watching him catapult into this person where if people saying no, because he's a cool cat, but people saying no to you now in your world of yes comes off a little different, and it was cool to really see that cloud come up off him, and then him, to be the man enough to be like, man, that cloud had me, like, so I seen it, I seen how that can actually become
people can like blow your head up, man, make you feel a certain way.
So that's why I keep saying when people try to say, oh, Smack, he's the branding, marketing. No. I just stay committed to it. Yeah. That helps keep me grounded too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like you can appreciate what has happened, the outcome and the results of your hard work, but it's just like you don't want to start kind of going to your head. And people, we've seen it, and in this industry that we both work in, man, they love you 1 minute and they'll smash you to death the next minute. I mean,
well, that's what I always say. Like, the industry. What I tell young artists, you trying to get up in this industry, but what you got to realize, and I understand it because I wanted the same thing too until I got to a certain level and I really saw it for what it really was. Yeah. And all they're doing is selling you fame, which is it's really nothing. Yeah. It's these cameras, it's these, magazines, but people don't read magazines really no more.
It's blogs and all this gossip stuff.
And your perception of what you think it's gonna be. Like even when I first went to BT, and I seen 106 in Park, I was disappointed. I was mad because I was like, "This is it." I was like, I thought this was gonna be something. When we went to TRL, I was like, "This little bitty box, like this studio's bigger than what they had." You know what I mean? Oh yeah. And I was like, "Wow." They made that look like, you know what I'm saying?
Angles and lighting and
exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
And you know, they had the wide lenses, so even though they're close up on you, it looked like it was big, but it really isn't. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, that's something. You know what I mean? So seeing that helped keep me grounded too. But as I was saying, young artists, you trying to get up in there in these majors, understand this. Yeah, the major will sign you. The major's probably gonna take all your publishing, but you don't care. You want a chain, you want some money, you want some rims on a car, whatever. Then what happens is you think you have fans, and then one day they take you out that machine, and you're gonna be like, where'd all my fans go? You really don't have no fans. Those were all manufactured. That was manufactured love. So as soon as they took you out that manufacturing system, all your manufactured fans went with it. It just went on to the next thing. Now, because we do both rock and we do hip hop, so I see this duality thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like hip hop is very. I hate to say it too, because that's my love, but hip hop has become. They just bounce on to whatever the next thing is. It doesn't even matter. Like whatever the media tells you is hot, that's what you want. You just gonna be like, okay, that's what I got to do now. With rock and other genres of music, their people stay real loyal, grassroots.
Yeah, because like there are Motley Crue and AC/DC fans.
Like how dope is that? Like for them to come back with that Netflix movie, right? Now everybody waiting on the tour and the show. And when they do it, they gonna clean up. It's gonna clean up.
And it's gonna truly sell out. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it's built for. I think hip hop is more about instant gratification versus other genres tend to be long run based. You know, for the long haul. Like there are R&B guys. Like we were talking earlier about before the show about Barry White came. You know, when he was around, he could still come do a show 20, 30 years later. You know what I mean? Like
Al Green too. They still doing it.
Yeah, it's one coming soon to San Antonio. They're like the best of. And they're gonna have Morris Day and old cats.
But most people would be like, oh, they like my friends Naughty by Nature. They still doing shows, still touring.
Yes.
I'll have conversations sometimes. People are like, yeah, Naughty by Nature fell off. I'm like, well, if that's falling off, then
let me follow
where that is. Cause they still going. I'm like, y'all just don't understand. Y'all are basing y'all's thing off the machine, or what the machine is saying is hot. And guess what? Everybody gets a turn on that machine.
Man.
Everybody gets a turn on that machine.
We're going to sit tight, man. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. We're going to jump into the next Smackola video. So sit tight, be back. We have a full conversation going on, man. I hope y'all like what we're talking about. Magic Video, we'll be right back.
So I'm bothering you?
No, not you. I'm saying if I'm out and I'm bothered.
You're serious, aren't you? Please don't go.
I don't want to, but I have to.
What do you mean you don't want to? Then don't do it then. Make it work. I can make it work. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
This is because of you. You're leaving. I'm not leaving.
Leave me alone.
If you didn't want to, you wouldn't do it.
I don't want to.
Please don't go.
To a shattered stone. Seasons change, people change for no reason. Love is pain, first is gained and then you leave them. The false hopes of all times now reveal. Old wounds will bloom what once was healed. Can't help but feel so irresponsible. I'm a fool to lose you, you're incomparable. I can't stand it, never meant to take you for granted. How could the one you love so much leave you abandoned? And crush you in a spirit, riding you out of core. You never asked for much, but you still wanted more. Told you to stay away, never to cross the lines, but you stay persistent, pay me no never mind. Love is blind, emotions on a two-way street. Cause of me, you sit and cry yourself to sleep. Breakups are never easy, they drive me crazy. I never meant to hurt you. Sorry, baby. I didn't mean to walk away and leave you in this pain. I turn a warm heart so cold and a pretty face to
shot of stone.
I first fell in love when I seen your face. You the one that I never could replace. So fine, so sweet, but you made me weak. So many memories, which one to keep? They slowly fading, faster and faster. This love train is a total disaster. I can't explain the pain that I'm going through. These are my real feelings, and now they showing through. So many times I told you to set me free. Never meant to be locked down. Let me breathe. Spread my wings of life. If you love me, let go. I never meant to hurt you and leave you all alone. I'm moving on, even though I'm truly wrong. I know you'll always love me and keep holding on. I'm gone, say goodbye to these pretty eyes. So cold-hearted, leaving you victimized.
I didn't mean to walk away and leave you in this pain. I turned a warm heart so cold and a pretty face to a shot of stone. I didn't mean to walk away and leave you in this pain. I turned a warm
Hey, welcome back. So, like we were talking about, man, artists, if you can, man, own your master, stay independent, man. Don't be quick to run out to the label deal. You know, he's giving a good example. Smack is sharing some good knowledge, man. So that's really, he's 20 years of experience right here speaking. Yeah. You know, you learn, you know, and watch guys.
A lot of fall downs, a lot of just learning and watching.
Yeah.
But also, I got lucky because, I wouldn't say I got lucky, but there was one thing I learned early on was the power of listening.
Mm-hmm.
So I would listen to other artists, you know, before me, what they were saying in interviews sometimes, and I would just pick up on what he was actually saying.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would always used to hear them say, "Nah, man, don't sign to no major," I would, you know, at first I used to think, "Oh man, they crazy, man. I'm trying to get in there and blow up."
Yeah.
That's what we all want to do. We want to blow up. Like case in point, you'll see local newspapers or magazines, and when they speak about hip hop here in Austin, we're always struggling.
Yeah.
We're always, oh, can they make it? Will they finally be able to? What are you talking about? There's plenty of artists in Austin that have done it.
Yes.
But we're not in the machine. And then they're not going to give you the opportunity to play those festivals for where you could really shine.
Yes.
I'll never forget, I had this guy. It was with the AC, I think it was either ACL, it was ACL Fest and something else.
Yeah.
And it was an old white dude, Jewish dude actually. And he told me, he said, "Smack, I like you." He said, you Austin's first black rap rock star." He said, "But they ain't gonna never let you play ACL Fest because this is Willie Nelson town. This is Matthew McConaughey town. This is, you know."
Yeah.
And when he was saying it at first, I thought he was crazy because, man, we talking about, we popping right now. That's just within my reach. But he was right.
Mm-hmm.
He was right. I mean, I would hear the excuses. I would hear all the, well, y'all cuss too much. Well, we just won't cuss.
But see,
well, y'all got this.
I'm
like, yo, like, we're professional though too. Like, so I understood what he was saying.
You didn't fit within the machine and what they were looking for. And
right.
Yeah, I kind of experienced that with a couple of groups that I co-manage and manage too. That I'm like, okay, wait, we just played Austin Urban Music Festival. They're on this particular level. They're doing this, but just we don't fit their mold of what they're saying.
The politics, man.
You know, and that's why Austin has a thriving hip hop scene. I'm so sick of people saying, man, Austin hip hop is this, but I mean there are guys like Smackola that have been doing that thing. East 35, the legendary groups, Track Majors, like even
T-Dubs, the Nugs,
man.
The Dirty Bagantes, the Hider, there's so many. Hustle Hard Mob. There's so many.
Yes, that's how Tarzan, all those guys.
There's so many. Like I know I'm forgetting some people, but forgive me. But I'm just making a point of like. But there's a lot of politics involved, and when you're trying to now touch the consumers, here they go, interfering, and it's like, and consumers sometimes they're not thinking, they're just waiting to be told what it is.
Yeah.
And it messes it up, but it goes back to that thing again. Like you got to be able to be a visionary about it and hold on to it because I've talked to big artists that have been on top for like 3 years, and now where they at?
Yeah.
I remember P.D. Pablo being just
the hottest
huge.
thing. Yeah.
Wow.
What happened?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so when I look at that in my for the 20 years I've been in, it wasn't as big as he was in that 3, but at the same time, when you look at the longevity, I've had more of a longevity.
And
So that's what I wanted to be. I
importance
wanted to be here longer. I didn't want to just be so big that, okay, he was big at one point and that was it.
Now, do you blame? Now, I guess that can be credited to the owning your brand and building your brand. Going back to that, the Dirty Worms. That's, I guess, the importance of, like, man, because I think you talked about a little bit last week about doing some branding deals with companies, and they wanted to own your logo or own some of your stuff.
If you ever do a branding deal with a company, they're gonna want to own your logo if that's what they're after.
Yeah.
But it's at the same time, it's like, of course, in this game, in this business, people are gonna use you.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be able to be used.
Yeah, just
so
be
it's
smart about
walking this. It's walking this weird line. So as I was saying about even most artists, they want to blow up. We all want to blow up. We want to blow up. Want to blow up. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to blow up, and it's like, I just saw it different. I was like, I'd rather be iconic. You know what I mean? And just be this guy that can walk in now a show and have big groups that know us or whatever and go and give the respect and go, yo, this dude right here is about to come in here and you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just took on a different mentality of it. Like, people say, when you gonna blow up? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like, we
still around for 20 years. Name somebody else.
Yeah.
This consistent, this independent. Name them.
That's it, man.
So it's like, but you're waiting for the media to tell you that I'm validated.
That you're hot, yeah, validated.
But you looking at it, you watching it.
You've seen it grow right in front of your eyes, man.
What else do I need to do? You know what I mean? So it's just, and that's why I just really want young artists to do, because I'm always trying to inspire them too. Like, hey man, own your own thing, own your own store. Don't create your own Walmart just for Walmart to come along and sign you to Walmart to have you a little shelf in Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just do your own thing, man.
That's it, man. So real quick, we're gonna jump into your video, man. Worm season. So
y'all might get canceled.
Tell me about Worm season, man. Tell the people about it. You know.
I mean, well, Worm season, 2025. So when we started this back in 2000, I always thought I'm 25 years ahead of the game.
Okay.
Again, that visionary thing, right?
Yeah.
And we would talk about certain subjects in all our records. You know what I'm talking about? Like all the little coded, you know what I mean? You could hear the little, hey, rewind that. What did he say?
Yeah.
What was that patent number he just gave? Let me look this up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a real thing. Dang. Like, so I'm dropping the science in the songs.
Yeah.
So, but 2025 was just my retirement year.
Okay.
Basically I've done it now. I've done it 25 years. That's my thing, right?
Yeah.
So Worm season is basically like saying, because people are waiting for the next Dirty Worm album. So we haven't dropped a Dirty Worm album since 2012 or 13. And we've been dropping singles.
Okay.
But we haven't dropped the full album, but people are really wanting the album. So my thing was, we're either going to drop it in 2020 or we're going to drop it in 2025.
I'll vote
just to complete the whole vision of what it is, because throughout time of all the Dirty Worm songs, if you really go back and listen to it, everything I'm talking about is in the future.
Yeah.
It hasn't even happened yet. And so as certain songs, you start hearing about these contact lenses, you start hearing about these listening devices, all these things we were talking about like in 2004, 2005, you're just now seeing. So that's what Worm season is basically saying, okay, we're approaching Worm season now.
Yeah.
Worm season being the information, because we've always leaked information in our music.
Nice.
And that's another thing, like with hip hop today, it's not reflecting the times.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I see it being kind of, hip hop is at a weird stage right now, but it's not controlled by us either.
No,
it's being dictated to say, no, this is what's hot. So you have another culture of people telling you what's hot, and now this is what we're doing. When really, hip hop is all about, well, what's going on in the streets
right now?
Marvin Gaye, what's going on? What's happening?
Yeah, that's always been hip hop.
And so now we're still partying, we're still popping bottles, we're still doing what?
And today is the actual birthday of hip hop.
I was gonna say that.
What I'm
Yes,
saying?
happy
August
birthday
11th,
to hip hop.
1973.
Y'all might have to do a throwback Grandmaster Melly Mel.
Something, man. Cool Herc, man. Because like if you think about it, man, what he's saying, you know, the evolution. If those that don't know, go back and look at hip hop back in 1973. And then look at the 80s, look at the 90s, look where we're at, and ask yourself, are we really progressing at this current moment, or have we just hit a stagnation point, man?
It'd be almost like the crack epidemic happening now, but we're all talking about being on Instagram with our likes or something. And it's like, yo,
all this stuff is
do
happening.
you see what's actually happening, the psychological warfare thing? So that's what worm season is.
See, y'all sound like Goody Mob, man, because if you go back and listen to Soul Food, the first project, what they were talking about on cell therapy and a lot of those other songs, it's happening now.
Yeah.
Everything they tried to tell y'all didn't want to believe, thought they were just making up some Star Wars and Star Trek stuff.
Exactly. And that's hip hop. That's the information. That was the CNN for us. So when you listen to Worm Season, you'll hear a lot of stuff. I didn't code it as much this time. I kind of blatantly came out with it, but that's what Worm Season is. We're approaching Worm Season.
Already.
The season of 2025. So now we're coming in 2020. It's only 5 years more. And then now people will start waking up like, what is he talking about?
That's it. Let's see, man. Check it out. We'll be back.
I pledge allegiance to the United Snakes of America. America. Yeah. We have arrived to the divide of the equinox. High decibel levels keep the beats hot. My reach got all 24 zones. Downloaded and energized the melatonin. 22 helix vibration, 5G frequency for you to feel it. This is a boom spirit. North Sentinel instrumental violators get disassembled. Worship and praise everything that's man-made, but you kill and destroy everything that God creates. And the mental state stimulates real hate. Yeah, and still fuck the police and the KKK. The mind is no longer analog, it's digitized. Victimized, the truth you live is all lies. The battle of humans versus mankind. Attack of the chromosome clones. Pseudoscience in compliance with the guide stones. All religions are man-made systems. Science fiction's a monetization matrix exorcism. Encoded with the sound encryptions. All telemetry data lost in transcriptions. I'm subatomic with these ill harmonics. When I spit the ebonics, said they kill a flow. The empire must fall, man, fuck a wall. The FEMA camps is ready, they plan to kill us all. Spread the worm and we gon' set it off. And go full Farrakhan like the fight said. There'll be no peace. I murder by raps and I murder by beats. This is Worm Season. You know how you can tell that I'm a beast by the blood in my teeth. And we don't need a reason. There'll be no peace. I murder by raps and I murder by beats. And I give it to them raw. You know how you can tell that I'm a beast by the blood in my teeth. Fuck everybody. The American dream's a pyramid scheme. The same bird, both left and the right wing. Overseen by the royal queen. Backed by the war bank war machine. Population annihilation. Education indoctrination. Mandatory vaccines. Atrazine to make you switch teams. Create a transgeneration of controlled souls who can't escape the simulation. That's why I'm trying to reach the youth and spit the truth in your Bluetooth. Check my algorithms, all flame, adrenaline juggler vein, insane reptilian brain until I got 'em right where I'ma keep 'em in there, eat 'em, spitting venom all in 'em, man. This is Worm Season. There'll be no peace. I murder by raps and I murder by beats. And we don't need a reason. You know how you can tell that I'm a beast by the blood in my teeth. Now where do you all go to war? There'll be no peace. I murder by raps and I murder by beats. And I give it season. You know how you can tell that I'm a beast by the blood in my teeth. Fuck everybody.
Grid carbon 60 electromagnetic fields are weaponized frequencies that cause the water molecules in your body to rotate and rewrite your DNA code.
All right. Welcome back. Hope y'all enjoyed that, man. Like I said, that was, some futuristic, telling you some stuff, man, and opening your eyes, man. Unplug yourself from the matrix, man. You know, I like that thought process.
Right.
You know, as we were talking now, you say 2025. Now, I hope that's not how long we're going to have to wait for this Smackola project, man. So
No. 2020, I'm going to re-release my first album, and I'm going to also drop a new album.
Okay.
I'm going to probably drop a book. I've been working on this book a while. I had a premonition this morning of the book again.
Nice.
So we'll see. That's what I plan to do. So 2020, 2020 vision, being the visionary. I want to drop all these projects. I want to drop the movie that we have that we've been sitting on since 2010. I did a whole movie called Wormhead about the dirty worms, and it's a sci-fi thriller slasher movie.
Okay, not a biopic. See, I was it's a biopic.
No, it's actual like a movie.
Real live.
And people that have seen it, they all like it. They're like, yo, that's dope right there. You know what I mean? What we used to do is show it, a little trailer of it before we perform. So there is footage on YouTube you can kind of see of that.
Okay.
And so I plan to release the full-length version of it and just have a big year in 2020 because that's me celebrating really the 20 years of just.
So now, if you say retirement, are we going to expect like any features? I know you're gonna still do Dirty Worms, and you know that's the brand, so it's not going anywhere. So will you still like occasionally jump on a project here and there?
I still will do it if it's right, and if it has feet. You know, meaning if we're gonna do something with it, because over my career I've done some features with people, and when it's time to now do it, here come the headache, or here come he went to jail, this happened. And it's just like, man, I should have just did what I was doing. You know what I mean? But I'm not against it. It just has to be right. You know what I mean? It just has to be a right feature with it. Some of y'all are doing too many features, though. Y'all need to cut that out. Just work on you, because you got so many features, I don't know who's who. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can see that being an issue. But you know, I'm still down to do them. It just has to be right. It has to make sense. If we're not going to perform it live, I'm not interested. If it's not even a song that can be performed live on a level like that, I'm not interested, because anything I want to do like that, because if I get behind a project that you're doing, I'm going to put my all in it. You know
you're like my poster I mentioned earlier in the week. Like, if we do a feature, I want you promoting and pushing it just as hard as us. So,
but I got to make sure, is your promotions matching mine?
That's it.
Because you see how I promote.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to make sure you're matching that, because if you're not, if you're just depending on this feature to get you there, you're in the wrong business.
Yeah, man. Say that again.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. They think, and then they're waiting for the other person. Oh man, so and so ain't even sharing it. They're not. No, they just were a feature, man. They're not gonna promote it. They're promoting them.
Yeah, that's their brand.
It's a feature on your song. You need to go and be. If you're promoting yourself, it'll eventually happen. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Nice.
People get funny about it. I just think sometimes with the features, it's artists being scared to stand on their own.
Yeah.
So you want to surround yourself with people, and it's all these features. Man, I got a feature. Well, that feature you got, they ain't even got off the ground yet. So really, it doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
It has to make sense of what y'all are doing. And there's certain artists that I've still have a chance to work with. We haven't found the right song. Me and Lil Flip been trying to do a song for a couple years now. And every time he sees me, Smack, what's up? When we gonna do this song? I'm like, I gotta find the right track.
Yeah, it's gotta be the moment.
Because an artist like Lil Flip, I'm gonna come with the right track.
Mm-hmm.
I can't force it. I have to, when I make it, I have to go, I hear him. I can totally hear him. This is the right one. Like with God of War with Tech 9, it was just perfect. It was like, I could hear it. And then boom. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I look forward to it, man. So we're getting close to the wrap-up time, though, man. Like, any shout-outs? I know you have worked with a plethora of artists in the game. You've met a lot of people. Any shout-outs? Anybody
I want to shout out everybody in my 20 years that I've come across, whether it was a 2-minute conversation, whether it was whatever. A lot of you artists know that have met me personally. I've always stepped to the side and dropped jewels on you, at least for 10 minutes. I'm just in your ear. This is what you got to do, young blood. Boop, 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 boop. You know, I'm breaking off. So shout out to all the up-and-coming artists. Shout out to everyone I've come encounter with, and all the people that may not have made it this far with me on my journey, but that did play a pivotal role in what I was doing. No matter if you were just around for a month or 6 months, a couple years, because life happens. I know y'all had to do y'all life, but I thank y'all for believing in me and supporting me, because without that actually happening, I couldn't have made it this far. And shout out to the Worms, and shout out to ATX, man, and the whole world. We worldwide intercontinentally certified, baby.
And thank you, Smackola, man, for sharing this time with us, man. In 2 parts, baby.
Right,
I learned a lot about you.
Yeah.
I appreciate your craft and what you've done for the game even more, man. You know, thank y'all for tuning in. Magic Video. We'll see y'all next week. Magic Video. We out.
All your life you've been force-fed false lies. Open your eyes and realize you're living under the glass sky. And everything ain't what it seems. You've been living the illusion of a lucid dream. It's all the same scheme with religious themes. It's all by design to keep you caught between. Is this fiction or non-fiction? Are you a Christian or non-Christian? So many stories of allegories and contradictions, but it's all controlled by the same system. But ain't nobody listening. The television got their minds twisted. Propaganda overload. Media control mind addictions. Creating you a new prescription. They got the paperwork on them patents. You know they got similar intentions. Stop fucking with these politicians. They playing on a show like by the same fucking corporate interests. Big business is a new prison, all owned by the same system. Y'all better wake up. Just because you believe what they told you don't make it true. Too many glitches in the system. They never landed on the moon. They told you that the earth was a globe. While you drinking fluoride water cold. You play the role, but they control how you see yourself. Just live your life as you. Don't let them convince you to want to be anyone else. Program reality shows. Generation me, I'm so and so. Do anything for money, even though they so. But they brain dead. Too many GMOs, they hit the flow. When them suckers hit low, watch them start jigging in this bitch like it's dinner time. Pay no mind to the future, present time. As long as the club lit up with liquor, it's gonna be going down. I guess y'all don't see it. They stole the culture and then they stick up a ticket cheer. Now they control our positions and dumbing us down with our own social conditions. Bringing in drugs, now we buying guns. Wake up, look at what they did to us. And these blood suckers don't give a fuck about us. This is Project Money, Jack Trap, nobody saving us. Let your black boys dying in the streets. We killing each other, even murdered by the police. We need peace. Praying ain't never worked for me until I got up off my knees and started praying on my feet. I'm up. Land of the thieves, home of economic slaves. AI intelligence, welcome to the world stage. All your life you've been force-fed false lies. You better realize you under the glass sky. Welcome to the Terror Dome. We living in the war zone. United Snakes of America. We ain't free this here corporation dog. Population control, this is the greed for power. Over dimes ago, infiltrated the system, created a planet. The Anunnaki bloodline, but the beast reptilian. We can no longer ignore it. Blue beam light dreams, so don't fall for it. Question authority, better use your voice. These mass distractions, don't let them take your swords. With these terror acts subliminals, they manufacture your desires and then turn a criminal. Trapped in a paradigm, living in a paradox. Somebody better wake up the sheep. I'm only trying to tell them the truth, but then they turned against me. Too much empathy, gone, no sympathy. I see humans, but no humanity. All for the profit of war, now that's insanity. Divide and conquer, political and spiritual. They turn your whole world around, spherical. Stop believing them lies, we down deep beneath the floodgates of the glass.